What's going on, guys? Welcome to Trade Watch, and this is a good one because there's been these reports that Pavel Zacha is someone the Canucks are highly interested in. Things are picking up again there for Vancouver. But my question to you guys who are watching this video, should the Vancouver go after Zacha, especially after what we've seen so far this season? But first of all, Rick Dhaliwal was the one who started this off, and he's been mentioning that they're working really hard on the phones, trying to get that centerman. We've been talking about this at length. And he said, I will not be surprised if they're on the phone this week trying to get Pavel Zacha out of Boston. So that was on Don and Dolly. So more of an opinion, right? But remember, this guy's really connected with agents. But a little bit later on, last night, Elliott Friedman went out and he said this.
Pavel Zacha and Vancouver. Now, my buddy Rick Dhaliwal reported that the Canucks had contacted the Bruins this week about Zacha. That's true, and I think it's been going on for quite some time. I think it's all the way going back to the summer. The Canucks and Bruins have been on-off about this. You know, Zacha's not in the last year of his deal. He has another year. Teams are looking for centers. Boston doesn't have to do anything here it doesn't want to do. But this has kind of been a dance, the Canucks and some other teams seeing if they can pry Zacha out of there. One thing about Vancouver, though, in this case, I do not believe they are on Zacha's no-trade list.
So that was Friedman. So he basically mentioned the Canucks have been talking to the Bruins about Zacha since last summer. And by the way, this is the Canucks News Summary guy, Corey, with the recap. Gotta love him. Several teams calling on Zacha don't need to trade him. The Canucks aren't on his no-trade list. So let's talk about Zacha. First of all, do we even want the guy? Well, he's a UFA at the age of 30. He's making $4.750. That's kind of what he's making. Is he worth it? He's 6'4", 212 pounds. Big guy. Doesn't really go out and hit that much. But there are a few really big parts about his game that the Canucks really like. And that is, he's scoring this year. We can use some more scoring this year. We're only going to get him if we trade for him maybe in his prime for maybe 2 more years. And this begs the big question. This is why so many people are talking about this specifically. This season is the Quinn Hughes year. We have to be good. If Quinn Hughes is going to stay in Vancouver, this team has to be good. But if this team is not good enough to make the playoffs or even win a round in the playoffs to show Quinn that we have a good future, well then, is there even a point in going out and getting a guy like Zacha when we are looking we're fluctuating so far this season? We're 4-5. We're playing the Oilers today. It's going to be another tough game. And there's so many injuries. It makes you think, what is the right thing to do for this team? It's a good question, honestly. But first of all, we got to talk about what it could cost. Like, what would it cost to get a guy like Zacha? Well, would it cost an unprotected first-round draft pick this upcoming draft? Not going to do it. No chance. Not happening. If we go out and let's just say it costs a second-rounder and Tom Willander or something in that range, that's a pretty significant piece, right? To give up for Zacha. It is. And now Zacha is a good player. He's a really solid player. Puts up decent numbers. He's really playing well this year. Really finding his own. A little bit late, but he's finding his own. He's not going to cost, I'm just thinking about it on the top. He's not going to cost an unprotected first. But a protected first plus one of our top prospects, I think that's what Boston's asking for. My question is, would you trade a top 10 protected first rounder and someone like Lekkerimaki for Zacha? Also, I forgot to mention, you don't have to make all the cap hits work as well. So that's not going to be easy. So would a guy like Hoglander be involved? I don't think they want Kane. Just something to think about. In the offseason, I probably would have done it because we didn't know what we saw so far. Hito was still healthy. Everything looked great. Buckets and roses. Everything looked awesome. But now, it makes you think, is there a point to this other than just winning as many games to keep Quinn happy? And what does Quinn think about all of this? That's the big kind of question. But, it makes you wonder with this team where we're at, and it makes you think that with Jim Rutherford, Alvin, I do wonder and I do worry a bit. There might be a bit of a desperation trade coming. And if that's for Zacha, okay. But I'm being wary. I want to be a little bit wary with all of this, or weary, whatever how you pronounce it. I just want to say it just maybe we should wait a little bit longer, right? We're at game 9. But the longer we wait, and if we can't get more reinforcements, especially in that second line center position, we might fall out of it too quick. So that's really interesting. What do you guys think? Should we get Pavel Zacha? Yes or no? Comments, let me know your opinions, guys. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, drop a sub. Thank you.